Hello guys, in this video we want to learn how to start Redis cache server with Spring Boot. First we should add the Redis dependency. If you are using a Spring Boot starter, it's very easy and simple. You can just add this part to your code. After that, you need to add some properties to your application.properties or your YAML file. These are the properties that you should add for your minimum configuration. At first, you should add a Spring cache type, Redis. If you want to cache null values, you should turn it to true, else the value should be false. Your Redis host and Redis port. If your Redis has password, you can add it here. After that, you need to make a configuration for your Redis. Making a Redis configuration, add a configuration annotation, and please don't forget to enable caching with annotation enable caching. After that, you need to define a bin with Redis cache configuration. This is your default configuration. You can add the time of caching. If you want to disable cache null values, you can do the same. And also, you need to define a serializer. If you want to have customized cache configuration, you can have another bin with the type Redis Cache Manager Builder Customizer. In this way, you can have different cache configuration for different models. Firstly, you should define a map with a string and Redis cache configuration key value. The first part is the name of the cache. I prefer to name in this way: my model underline cache. Again, you can define the cache time and adding the serializer. I prefer use Redis serializer.java. It's my favorite serializer. If you want to have another configuration, you can just duplicate this with new values. For example, I want to cache lectures also. You can have different time for caching, and also you can have different serializer. At the end, you should add this configuration map to your builder. Please notice that if you want to cache any models with serialization, you should implement serializable interface. Also, it's a good practice to define serial version UID. Now it's time to define our cacheable values. It's better to cache in your service layer, or if you have facade layer, you can do it in that layer. If you want to cache anything, you can use cacheable annotation. Here is the same name as we defined in configuration. Also notice that if any data changed or deleted, you should evict that cache with cache evict annotation. This means that if any student is deleted, all student cache should be evicted and renew cache in next read. You can see that here there is no keys. It means that there is no cache. Now when I call this API, all data will cache in Redis. You can see that a new row with the student cache key. Now if I delete an object, the cache must be deleted also.